The EX511. I got this built up a little while ago now. It's probably a good 3 or 4 months old. I should double check that time frame, but it's been a good few months. It's had a hiding, and it's time to have a look at it. So it's been back to be tickled up. There was a few loose spokes that came of it, but now it's holding fairly consistently. And let's just have a look at how it's running. So that to me is very, very good. You can see there's a little bit of rock and roll going on, but very, very little. It's very minor. So if I was to put the Allen key to the side of it, so let's spin it. It's ever so slight. It's just out of true, but I'm impressed. This thing's holding up really well. There's no dents. If we follow along the actual rim itself, let's have a look, see if we can see anything. So heaps of scratches and dings from rocks and whatever, but no actual deformation of the rim. So I did take a really hard hit really early when I first got it, which put it out of true, and then got it tickled up and it came good. And I've got to say, this is a really strong rim. This EX511 is a really strong rim, and there's a little bit of a, yeah, so there's a few scratches and chips out of it where rocks are hit, and you know, I've dinged rocks on the side and whatnot, but there's no big dents, there's no flat spots. It's killer for flat spots. So again, if we do the Allen key test from the side, see if I can make this happen. Need like the GoPro here, chest cam style. But it's very consistent. So let's just have a look at it from the side there. Very good. So impressed. DT Swiss EX511 in conjunction with a Cush core. I think that's a winner for sure. It feels strong, it feels tough, it doesn't feel overly soft on the back wheel. It's, yeah, an alloy wheel always feels softer than a carbon wheel. Carbon wheels just feel so stiff and so responsive, but I think that stiffness can be a detriment as well. When it comes to alloy wheels, these and the Flow MK3s are just strong as an ox. The only thing that I'd say is better about these versus the Flows is I don't think there's a chance of these eyelets splitting, even though they don't have actual reinforcement on the outside here, like actual eyelets. They're just holes. On the inside, you've got washers. So the load of that spoke is spread by a washer inside there. So instead of it just pulling straight through that hole, it's spread that, you know, the force being pulled by that spoke is spread by the washer, so it doesn't put too much force on the hole itself. Puts more, yeah, it spreads more of the force on the rim. So impressed by that, 100%. And I think this wheel's going to last me a long time. So stay tuned for long term, obviously, but after a few months, a good 3 or 4 months, it's not really showing any signs of being smashed up. So very impressed. I've still got the flow on the front. That thing's still straight and true, hanging in there. It's killer. Takes dings, but the front never gets as much abuse as the back. So now it's a Minion DHR2 going on the back. Obviously Cush core in there as well. And we'll see how that goes. And just quickly, that wheel, built by Chris at Whippet's Workshop, always does a killer job. Can't go wrong. So thanks, Chris. Nailed it again. It's holding up, and I'm sure I'll destroy it eventually, but yeah. Thank you very much. Alright, so DHR2 Exo Plus, mounted up, no worries. Doesn't have a maxi wobble, which is a bonus. So if we have a look at that, killer. Square. DT Swiss rim, pumps up, just a track pump. So just my old Tioga. That thing's over 10 years old and still running sweet. I just pull it out every now and then and give it some slick honey down the shaft and feels good. Yeah, this tyre set up, no worries. So it feels okay. I've just got it set up to 35 PSI at the moment, just kind of stretching it in and making sure that bead's nice and tight, but it's good. We'll see if we can't destroy this one.